Well, it's that time once again, everyone. So glad you could join us as we take a look at a wide-released horror film. Yes, not a micro-budget horror film, a wide-released one. The latest one to hit the big screens is the third Conjuring film, The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It, from Michael Chavez, who gives us a story once again of the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine, who we open the film fairly strong with this portrayal of how they're trying to rescue this 8-year-old boy from a demonic possession. And we see what happens with those events, and it looks like they may have been successful, but soon they realize they weren't, and there's some other force involved that isn't just this demon that appears to now have jumped bodies. And so we see how the Warrens try to unravel this mystery and who is behind, or what is behind, this actual demon that seems to not want to stay home in just one person. And as things unravel, things get darker. Ed runs into some complications that makes their work tougher, and Lorraine really steps up to the plate and has to be strong for both of them as she fights the evil forces at work. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. I enjoyed it more than my son, though I think it missed a step from The Conjuring 2. The Conjuring 2 I enjoyed more, but this one I still had a lot of fun with, quite a bit, namely for Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, and I probably mispronounced that, I apologize, as Ed and Lorraine Warren, respectively. I know the real characters in real life were con artists, and to make them heroes it does make things a bit complicated, but I take these as their own world and their own story quite a bit. The whole based on real events, man, this is so removed from the based on real events, especially the trial part that they get in here, which we get very little of. So I take these really as their own just world and movies, and nowhere basis of real world events at all. Though they do try to play that off at the end with their gimmick of that. So if you take it as that, I think you'll enjoy it a lot more. Now, again, Ed Warren, character played by Patrick Wilson, I enjoyed him in here quite a bit, but it is really Vera's show here, playing the Lorraine character. She's at the forefront, she goes through the most, and she does the most heavy lifting in this film, and I loved it. I mean, she nails this character, a very sympathetic, strong yet vulnerable character who's really trying to unravel this mystery while still protect those who love, including herself. And yeah, I liked that. Now, when it does get creepy, it does have the creepy bits in here, though it does at one point come almost like more like a criminal investigation type of film, more so than a supernatural film, which isn't a bad thing. In fact, I found a subplot that they have in here that eventually comes connected to the current case that they're on. But the subplot involving a missing girl, I found that almost more fascinating than the main storyline quite a bit. John Noble shows up in here. Always great to see him on screen. He brings it here. Loved his character quite a bit. Julian Hillard playing David, the young boy. Man, this film opens up and he really puts his all in this role and makes you feel for this kid. You hate to see child in peril, and he really sells the fear as well as the possession angle of it. Yeah, there's a lot of sections to enjoy about this film, but again, I think it misses a step versus 2. I enjoyed 2 just a little bit more. I thought the atmosphere, especially the creepy horror atmosphere, was more well maintained in the second one versus this one. So I still give The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It 4 stubs. It's a little bit above the first one, I will say, but if I have to rate, I will say that it's, 4 stubs as well. Still a solid entry if you enjoy the Conjuring films, which I have. The spin-offs have definitely been hit or miss, but these have been solid, and it is thanks to Patrick Wilson and Vera for their character portrayals, even though in real life these people weren't nearly as cool. So there you have it, folks. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. I'd love to hear your constructive thoughts on what you thought of this film. Was it better than the others? Did you like the spin-offs more? And do you want to see more of the Warrens, portrayed by Wilson and Farmiga in this film, let me know. Also, check out our Patreon if you haven't already. Subscribe and all of that fun stuff here. Got the AMA coming up July 9th at 7 o'clock Central Time. You don't want to miss. And until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.